after that game against Aston Villa. It is a huge, huge game. Got the win during the week against Brentford. We were expected to win that, lots of changes in that. But now, this is another big test that we face. Big test last week, another one now. How are you guys feeling about that? Aston Villa were the most informed teams in the Premier League. Literally the same scenario as we faced last week Sunday, which is if they beat us, they're 3 points behind us.
Listen, Villa Park's a tough place to go. We know that through previous seasons. And it's an early kickoff. You know, they can play factors into results. It's, you know, Villa fans fancy this. Again, they've got themselves into these higher place in the league. And they're gonna be behind their team. You know, you've got the whole end there. That's a baying crowd. They are up for it. It's one of those old school iconic stadiums where it's on top of the action. You know, it's an intimidating place, and they're playing well. It's Unai Emery versus Mikel Arteta. They've got Martinez, one of our old goalkeepers.
He could be out.
He might be out, but yeah, according to Villa fans, he does do this. So in a midweek game, he'll go down. He's done this a couple of times before, apparently. According to Luke, big shout to Luke from UTV, which is a Villa fan channel I've done box to box with. And he goes down in a midweek game in the warm-up, doesn't play the game, and then for the weekend game he's miraculously back like nothing's happened. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be tough. It's a perfect opportunity to extend some more daylight at the top of the league. Playing first, obviously we get the points and we let the league know that we're top of the league. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, look, listen, Villa Park is one of my favourite grounds to go to. I think it's old school, but been done up nicely, isn't it? Like, I think, like, you know, a little bit jealous when I go there because, you know, like, they've managed to keep their ground and keep it not too... It's changed over the years, but there's still things at Villa Park that you recognise when you was, like, years ago, like, you know, so... I think it's going to be a tough game. I think that I can't believe that Villa were the last team to score in the Premier League. You know, when the season kicks off, they was the last team to score. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got off to a poor start.
Poor start, but as you say, they've just crept up very, very quietly. You know what I mean? Like, and I actually said I got slagged off for it a little bit. I said that Villa will be more of a challengers than Chelsea. I do. I think
not for me.
I think they've got good players. I think
they have, but.
I think that the one thing that might derail them a little bit is their squad. But I think man to man, you know what I mean? Their centre halves are decent. You know what I mean? They've got a good goalkeeper. Their full-backs are decent. Their midfield is strong. And they've got a little bit of class. I think gold dust in their side with Morgan Rogers. I'm a massive, massive fan of him, like, you know, massive. And you know, Ollie Watkins has come back into a little bit of form now. And they've got a manager that knows what he's doing. You know, so... Listen, and he'd be up for it against us, and rightly so, and I've got no problem with that. He wants to always put one over the Arsenal for obvious reasons. So it's a massive, massive game, and I think that over the last couple of years it's been a little bit even and all that. I felt a couple of years ago when we lost that 1-0, didn't deserve to lose that game. And last season I thought we won it, but it could have gone two ways, you know what I mean? Like, I think...
It's always tough.
Raya made a good save and Watkins missed it. Do you remember one off the line or something? I can remember him getting one. He should have... Anyway, like, you know, it was a tough game.
Yeah, their last 5 games, we look at Villa, they've won all 5. Whereas we've won 3, drawn 2. That's probably why
What's that, all in the league? That's in the league?
In the... Oh, no, it's not in the... That includes Europe as well, but last 5 games... In all competitions, they've won. So during the week, they came from behind. They were 2-0 down. They came from and beat Brighton by 4-3. Last weekend, they beat Wolves at home by only a goal to nil. I watched that game. Very fortunate, actually, to get that 1-0. Because I'll tell you, Wolves had a goal disallowed. They played well against them. Previous to that, beat Young Boys 2-1. They beat Leeds 2-1 away from home. A bit fortunate in that one as well. They got the win in the end, but I think they were 1-0 down in that. And very impressive 4-0 victors over Bournemouth. But they have been on a great run. During that run, I think it's about 8-9 games. I think during that run, the only team they lost to in the league was Liverpool. They've beaten Man City as well this season. So it is going to be a tough game. It is going to be a tough game. But the one thing I'd say, when you look at this Arsenal team, and we've had a lot of big tests as well. So, like, you know, a friend of mine was saying, yeah, going to Villa Park, really tough place to go to. They've got great, you know, they've got one of the best records. I think they've got the best home record.
I think they are, yeah. I think they're right up there with everything.
Yeah, in the league. But I said to him, I said, yeah, that's true. But think about what Arsenal have been doing, even since we've come back from the international break. Tottenham, up until that game, they had the best, or, you know...
Well, unbeaten.
Yeah, best away record, unbeaten away from home. That was where they were good, innit? They're away from home, nobody was beating Spurs. We took them apart, right? We then played Bayern Munich. They hadn't lost a game all season in Europe or in the league. We beat them pretty convincingly. We go to an informed Chelsea. All right, I know 10 men, etc., etc. But, you know, they just beaten Barca, really up for it, difficult place to go, atmosphere. We didn't lose it. We didn't win the game, I guess, you know, but we didn't lose the game. So Arsenal have been facing these difficult scenarios and coming through them. Let's say Saliba's fit.
Okay.
Declan Rice is fit.
Yeah.
But Trossard was still, or he's just coming back, right? So let's leave Trossard out. What's your teams?
Yeah. All right. David Raya in goal.
Yeah, I'm going with that, yeah.
Timber at right back.
Yeah.
Saliba, right centre back.
Yeah.
Hincapié, left centre back.
Yeah.
Calafiori, left back. Zubimendi as the 6.
Yeah.
Declan Rice in the 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Eze in the 10, just because I want him there. Saka on the right. And I'll go Martinelli on the left and Mikel Merino up front.
Ooh. My team's slightly different.
No, mine's slightly different.
So my midfield, I'm going same back four as you've gone.
Same as me.
But my midfield, I'm going Martin Zubimendi.
Yeah.
I'm going Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Odegaard.
Indeed, put him in.
Yeah. And then on the left-hand side, I'll put Eze on the left.
That's exactly what I do.
Right, Saka, and down the middle, Merino.
That is exactly my team as well.
Okay.
Odegaard, look, listen, whether you like it or you don't, he's Mikel's man. Mikel...
Is that the team that you'd want to play, or that's the team
exactly
that you think Mikel's going to play?
Listen, at the end of the day, I like Eze, but away from home and in big games, Martin Odegaard starts for me every time. And he's been here for a few years, knows the system, knows what we're doing and all that. I think Eze is in the team for when we play low block teams in that central role. Maybe like him and Odegaard at times in the Emirates games. But I also think that on the away game, big away games, I think you still got to get Eze in there because he can make moments happen. And I think playing on the left side just frees him up a little bit.
He looked sharp when he came on the other night on the left.
He did do a lot on the left.
And what I like about Odegaard, and you know, is that he brings that press. He brings that energy to the centre of the park. That centre of the park, midfield battle is going to be very important. That is one of the areas of strength of Aston Villa this season. You know, I mean, McGinn in there, and they've got Tielemans in there, Kamara. They've got some very good players, very good midfield. So that is one of their real areas of strength. You know what I mean? And the midfield battle is going to be really, really important. So I think we can do with the energy of a Martin Odegaard in that midfield, the pressing, and then when he gets the ball, you know what I mean, his passing quality. But then I want Eze in the team because I look on it and I think to myself, if you've got Eze in there, you've got Saka in there, you've got Merino in there, all three across that line are goal scorers. They're serious goal threats.
Yeah.
All three of them.
I agree.
Right? What do you say, Marty? What's your prediction?
2-1. 2-1 to Arsenal. I think we'll... do you know what? I think we'll go 1-0 up fairly early. I think after half-time we'll get one and then they'll nick one late on.
The way he says that, like he does.
What would you... What you asked for a prediction?
Crystal ball or something, you know what I mean?
I'm trying into my mighty Beowulf ball. No, I think that's how it's going to go.
Listen,
Marino.
I think depends on the team. I'm going to say 2-1, but looking on the team tomorrow, I think the team selection tomorrow is so important.
You're right, Lee.
You know, I mean, if the players are out, say like that there's no Declan Rice, no Saliba, I'll bite your hand off for a point and move on.
My prediction's 2-1 as well. Although I see it can always be a very tight game. But you sort of answered it. But I want to ask you both this question. Would you take a point?
No.
Not at the moment.
No.
Not at this moment in time.
Would a point be a bad result?
Listen, it's not a bad result. Losing's a bad result. It's not ideal. If we want to go and win this Premier League, we need to be winning.
But I just gave you the context of the overall context and the overall picture of what's ahead of us for all teams.
Points dropped 3 times on the road.
It would be, but would it be a disaster?
No.
It wouldn't be a disaster.